See, economic variables are a great lead indicator for long-term capital market performance. Short-term capital market performance has very little correlation to high-frequency economic data. It is overstated, their correlation, CPI and WPI, for example. And if you look at 2 months market performance and see their correlation, you'll be surprised that there is sometimes negative correlation because market has this practice of discounting. So coming back, if you want to understand the short-term market moves, which is 6 months, there are 4 barometers we check. Medium term, which is 1 year, we check about earnings. If you look at earnings, they're not as bad as what the headlines have spoken about. If you look at there are 7 companies of the small cap index have already declared results for this quarter, and the growth is about 5%, not stupendous, but there's no degrowth at the current level. Of course, we track this on a microscopic level during results season. So now, from a short-term standpoint, if you look at the derivative market, has a very good, strong capability to predict short-term cash market movements. FII shorts were 86%, 85.3% yesterday, which implies that already the FIIs have short index futures. Their short positions in the cash market, they've sold in the cash market, they've sold in the futures market. This combination has always resulted in short covering, even if there is a small good news. And I look for some good news from the earnings side, which can create a huge short covering rally in this quarter. That's my assumption.
Okay. We have a minute and a half to go before we wrap up. So very quickly, Feroze, what are your big bets in the market right now? What can investors, foreign investors watching India buy?
My big bet is Indian capital market, Nifty capital market index, which has about 15 stocks, which focuses on the Indian financialization story. India has only about 6.7% of its total financial assets in equity. That's changing rapidly. And if you see the trend and if you try some hypothesis in terms of statistically, where would we be in 4 years from now? I wouldn't be surprised. It would be 16% of the total, at least the savings, if not the balance sheet of the entire households. So if you have to play that change and the paradigm shift which India has not gone through for the last 30, 40 years, India Nifty Capital Market Index is a great barometer or a proxy to play the financialization story and the equity story of India. It's a little high beta sector, but delivered about 73% earnings growth for the last quarter. I think the earnings growth is going to be stupendous there. And I have to give you my disclaimer that we are also, IRWL is a part of that index with 2.6% weightage.